WaterParks, pop punk band leaning on pop more than punk. The kind of ass, not gonna lie. I got a few songs, like 2 songs on my Spotify. Not a big fan of them. That doesn't matter. What matters is the drama. Fans are upset at WaterParks because they got announced that they'd be playing Warped Tour through this announcement here. That was dumb as fuck. Water park fans are not happy. The reason why they're not happy is, well, let me not spoil it. This is the only reason why I heard about this. Please just say something about Warped, even if you have to play it. Acknowledge we're upset. We still love you in this band and this community. We need to hear you care about our concerns. WaterParks replied, didn't have enough characters, but here's where we're at. Yo, I hear y'all. Our intent from the jump is that a lot of young / impressionable people go to Warp to discover new music, and I think it's important for artists who stand for the right things to be present in those spaces as well. I assume people would see the nuance and understand this, but us playing any show / festival isn't a cosign of the thoughts, ideas, ethos, any of the other artists or people involved. We've been having internal discussions about how to use our time there to do good and are working out those details now. Even this, people weren't happy with. Here's one of the top comments. Austin, you are bringing young people to a place you know fosters sexual violence and abuse. Young people shouldn't be at Warped at all. They aren't safe there. Lamau, this is like cops who swear they're one of the good ones who are changing the system from within. The issue is not all-time low. The issue is Kevin Lyman. Stop sidestepping the issue. Stop putting money in that defender's pockets. When I saw this, again, the only reason why this came to light for me was because I saw that reply that WaterParks did. And I'm like, wait, I didn't know that people were like, I don't know what, I feel like I would have known, but like, I don't see anyone really boycotting Warped Tour. So like, where are these people coming from? Is it like a Twitter thing? I was researching this before stream and I was extremely confused because I'm like, if I don't see anyone really complaining about Warped Tour, I don't see any Warped Tour drama. The only drama that I see is coming from WaterParks specifically. And I'm like, maybe it's a Twitter thing. I go on their Instagram. No one is really saying it on Instagram, maybe a few comments. And I'm like, okay, well, let me check out other bands. I go to Destroy Boys. I know they're big on like, you know, shit like this. They're very vocal about this kind of stuff along with a bunch of other bands. I go on a bunch of other bands like Warped Tour announcements and nobody's upset that I've seen except for Water Park fans specifically. What I found out was apparently Austin tweeted some shit against Warped Tour. For example, this. Officially turned 14. Can you text and can you follow back because it's my birthday? Austin then replies, look, I know I played Warped Tour, but I'm not like that. Sorry. Obviously implying that, you know, Warped Tour is filled with a lot of people. The tweet that we just read, Kevin Lyman is like a defender or whatever, where that stems from. A lot of people don't like Kevin Lyman, and I guess they're just kind of ignoring it now or whatever, but Kevin Lyman has a history of giving a lot of like extremely disgusting people second chances, such as the guy from Front Porch Step. He has an insane history that you could look up. We're not going to get into it now. But he was literally caught in the action of like doing weird shit, allegedly. And Kevin was like, yeah, we'll still let him do an acoustic set or whatever. Same thing with, what was that one YouTuber? Was it Austin Jones? Austin Jones, one of like this side of music's like biggest fucking profiles, but like on the YouTube side of shit, like literally arrested and shit. Kevin gave him another chance. And like, he's very lenient on when it comes to shit like this for whatever reason. Well, where it feels like the average person would be like, okay, this happened, cut it off. You're no longer part of this project and you're never coming back. Oh, look, here's D Fizzy. I'll never forget Kevin Lyman, owner of Warped Tour, sitting me down in his office to justify pedophilia as a mistake. because the brand is not fully developed until 25. Said person he was defending was Austin Jones, who is currently serving prison time for child pornography. So, yeah, Kevin Lyman, not a great dude. Ronald Radke, our king, you dropped this, right? Like, Warped Tour doesn't care about, like, controversial people. Apparently, things got a little deeper because Austin Jones actually, not Austin Jones. Austin Knight, the frontman of WaterParks, actually tweeted out his, like, criticizing Warped Tour. I don't know what the tweets were because I couldn't find it at all. He ended up deleting those tweets seemingly after this Warped Tour announcement. You said you would never play Warped again. You will be surrounded by pedos. Bro, get off away from those people. You know how horrible they are. And, like, I wish I had access to those tweets to know what he said. But this is what I think is happening. This is like my big guess. Warped Tour and Kevin Lyman, terrible history. No band is really vocal about it, with the exception of a few. Austin Jones of WaterParks being one of those bands, basically informing his audience directly, hey, I'm assuming, I don't know what the tweet said, I'm assuming like, hey, Warped Tour and Kevin Lyman suck, they're ass. So when he turns around and says, hey, yeah, we're playing Warped Tour, everything is blowing up, right? Because while, let's say I'm a big WaterParks fella, right? But I'm also a fan of Ben Quad. Ben Quad is on Warped Tour this year, but Ben Quad never mentioned like, hey, we don't fuck with Warped Tour or Kevin Lyman. I'm not really surprised that Ben Quad is playing Warped Tour because they probably don't know of this, I guess, right? Or even, let's say I'm a fan of Ben Quad and not WaterParks. I might not even know of this. But if you are a fan of WaterParks in Austin, you know of this because they literally said it. This is the result of that. Why their audience is being loud about WaterParks playing Warped versus, again, I haven't seen any. No other bands fans are upset that they're playing Warped. Did that make sense? He can't have his cake and eat it too. Gotta pick a side. Yeah. And like, because I'm sure if Austin never said anything about Warped or Kevin, no one would bat an eye. Now, as I was doing my research, I did stumble upon, I might trigger some of you guys, a Tumblr post! Ha! Sorry I flashbanged you here. I found this, and I feel like this will give us a little bit more context because we only have so much context, right? So let's see what they say here. So I guess this was before WaterParks addressed everything. I fear they're not going to address the Warped Tour thing, blah, 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 blah. WaterParks Drama replied, there seriously is no winning in this one because everyone involved is a hypocrite. Maybe let me put it this way. Has Austin been pretty curt about not liking Warped and its conditions and the culture of pop punk before in interviews? Yeah. Is it hypocritical for him to do another Warped after criticizing that? Yeah. Is it reasonable to want WaterParks to drop Warped because Kevin Lyman is a piece of shit and the same piece of shit bands are playing? Yeah. Isn't modern Warped essentially the same deal as them doing We Were Young? Pretty much down to the same of the lineup, both good and bad. Wait, what? Isn't modern Warped essentially the same deal as them doing When We Were Young? Pretty much down to some of the lineup, both good and bad. Wait, I don't understand this. Is the person saying that like these problematic bands are also playing When We Were Young Fest, so they probably shouldn't be playing that either? Isn't it hypocritical to only call them out for the Warped stuff when the people around them are the problem again? Also, yes, it's picking and choosing because let's be honest, other people's faves have played modern Warped and they didn't catch the heat because they don't talk shit. Are you willing to look me in the eye and tell me Dallin Weeks agreed with the history of Warped to play it last year? He didn't even like emo music. He just keeps playing emo events. Okay, I'm getting lost here. Have people taken this opportunity to moralize shitting on Parks? Absolutely, but believe me, you don't have to moralize shit to not like IP. What is IP? Okay, they're abbreviating too much shit. What the fuck is happening? Did Austin get non-consensually kissed by a fan twice? Wait, what? Did Austin get non-consensually kissed by a fan twice at a meet and greet at Warped 2016? Yes. Wait, what? That happened? While that's like a problematic thing, I don't think that's like a reason why not to play Warped again. I mean, hold on. Let me backtrack. Maybe again I talked out of my dick. I feel like if you got kissed at a meet and greet somewhere, not wanting to play the festival again, like, hey, I understand, but I wouldn't be surprised if they did play it again, because it's like, okay, you know, I guess we just won't do another meet and greet. I don't know. If they want to play Warped after that, that's kind of their prerogative. I don't know if that incident will like make or break a band playing a festival. It would probably make or break like doing another meet and greet though, or maybe like, hey, pictures from a distance or something like that. Maybe like do it again, but with more security, I guess. People also need to understand when he made his post on Warped, it might have been a few years back. He might believe Warped is trying to improve and better itself. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I think WaterPark also may just have a very uptight audience. Well, yeah, but like so does like half of the bands that are on the bill. You know what I mean? So yeah, I do think it's like, yeah, uptight audience in combination of like what Austin has previously said. Is it weird that he still played Warped with meet and greets on the last cross-country Warped despite all that? Yeah, but he either sucked it up for money or for fans who don't creep on him and judging by the free aspect of the meet and greets. It was likely the latter. But again, right, like if Austin is the one that was getting got assaulted, it's like up to him whether he wants to do it or not. He knows what could potentially happen again, so he's willing to do another meet and greet knowing that this might happen, and he's like, yeah, fuck it, if it happens, it happens. Don't want it to, maybe I'll do something different. But like, I don't think judging him for wanting to do another meet and greet is like valid. I guess my final take on this whole thing, I don't think bands playing Warped Tour is co-signing what Kevin Lyman did in the past or his actions. Do I think he's weird? Fuck yeah, I think Kevin is weird. Fuck yeah. Hell yeah, brother. Weird as fuck. Okay, he's said questionable shit. But like, be so fucking real. If you're a band that grew up going to Warped, right, playing or like going to Warped, wanting to be on that stage, are you really gonna not do it? You know what I mean? I don't think it's a problem playing Warped. But I think Austin backtracking and then deleting the tweet supposedly after announcing that they're going to play Warped, I think he knows that he's doing something wrong, if that makes sense. Name your promoter that isn't shady or weird. Yeah, but I'm sure not every promoter is like, let's give this a chance. Another chance. You know what I mean? I don't think it's wrong to play Warped, but I do think backtracking on your statement is a little strange. And I do think that statement of like, hey, yeah, we're using this opportunity to do something good and working out the details now. I feel like that's definitely something they came up with off the fly, because if that was actually your intentions, wouldn't you have done that before announcing playing Warped? And I also think that like they shouldn't be surprised that they're getting pushback for this because of the past tweets. But yeah, I think a band missing an opportunity to play Warped Tour, I think that's literally just like bad business. Why would you not play Warped Tour? You know what I mean?